In this video, I'm going to demonstrate how we can use SPSS to calculate the 95% confidence intervals for a set of data. So here we see some hypothetical test scores, and these scores were out of 41 for 9 different participants, and these participants were coded and were given labels from 1 to 9. But where I want to focus on is the actual outcome of a test taken by these 9 test takers. And so this is a very straightforward procedure in SPSS, and so I'm going to click on Analyze. Now I'm going to go down to Compare Means and Proportions. To get the 95% confidence interval, I need to select the one sample t-test. And what we see here, I'll pull this back over, what you will see is the number of variables outlined on the left hand side, and so I want to zero in on test score. So I'm going to highlight test score here, and I'm going to pull it over. And under Options, you'll see a new dialog box open up, and the default here is 95%. So in this case, I can type in a different value for the confidence interval. If I'm interested in the confidence interval for 99%, this is where I would type it in. If I don't do anything, then the default will be 95%, so I can just continue. And one more item at the very bottom here, the default for the one sample t-test in SPSS is that the effect size is checked. So I'm just going to uncheck this, and the default test value is 0. Because I'm just looking for the 95% confidence interval, then I'm just going to leave this as a 0. So I'll go ahead and hit OK. And the output here is that we see the descriptive statistics, which are automatically generated. So we have the average for the 9 test scores, the standard deviation, and the standard error of the mean. I'm going to skip these first few items here for now. What we do see here is a degree of freedom of 8, which is 9 minus 1. But the 95% confidence interval is automatically calculated by SPSS, and that exists between 25.5 and 32.3. And so what we're concluding here is at the 95% level of confidence, we estimate that the population average, or the population mean, likely resides within this range here, 25.5 out of 41 to 32.3 out of 41 for the population from which the sample of 9 was drawn from. So this ends this video on using SPSS to calculate the 95% confidence interval.